Good morning, friends. Today we will discuss the chapter Foreign Exchange Management Act. Foreign Exchange Management Act. So I am discussing, as I said earlier class, we will discuss the model question wise or question wise. During the course of my discussion, I'll tell something about more about the foreign exchange relating to the question. Otherwise it will be difficult for you to understand the foreign exchange. So let us start. First question is like that: who is authorized person under Fema? Fema, I said earlier class, the foreign exchange, who governs the foreign exchange transaction in our country. This Fema is the only body who governs the foreign exchange transaction in our country. So under Fema, who is the authorized person to deal with the foreign exchange? It is the authorized person by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. He is the authorized person. One who authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange, he is the authorized person under FEMA. Okay. Bank authorized by the Reserve Bank of India. All the banks, almost all the Indian banks authorized by the Reserve Bank of India, has got the license from the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. Other than bank, then FFMC is the FFMC, that means foreign exchange full-fledged money changer. Full-fledged money changer as another body. They are also authorized by the Reserve Bank of India. Another body is the restricted money changer, RMC, restricted money changer. They are also authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. But all these three bodies, apart from these, also some more bodies are also there. They are authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. But these bodies again categorized are there: who can deal what, who cannot deal more, who can deal higher foreign exchange, all type of foreign exchange. That sorts of also there. They will discuss if the question comes in the later part. Now, next question: who among the following are the authorized person? Who among the following are the authorized person? Number one is bank. Number two is money changer, as I said right just now, money changer. And then offshore banking. Offshore bank is also one body. Authorized person, authorized organization or not. All three I said are authorized person to deal with the foreign exchange. Bank is obviously authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. Then a money changer, as I said, restricted money changer is there, full-fledged money changer is there. They are authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. And offshore banking unit, that is also a body. They can deal with the foreign exchange. The offshore banking is like that. And offshore banking is a banking regulated under the international banking license. International banking license. They are not getting the license from the Reserve Bank or any other central bank of different country. That international license, offshore banking or dealing, that is the unit is having the license of international license. Okay. One Mr. Gower, David Gower, a citizen of United Kingdom, who is a visit to India, has approved your branch for opening a savings bank account with your branch. In that case, what type of account you will allow him to open? There are various types of account your bank is doing. NRE account is there, SB public is there, SB special account is there, SB another account is there, or Reserve Bank permission is required to open account. Such type of foreign national visited to a branch. In that case, what you will do? What type of account you are going to open for Mr. Gower? In that case, you will going to open NRA account, NRO account. another account you are going to open for Mr. Gaur. But before opening the another account, you must ask him, what is the purpose of visit to our country and how long you will stay in our country, and what is the what type of transaction you will route through this account. This type of things, this type of question you will ask before opening of the account, and after your satisfaction only you will open the another account for Mr. Gaur. For that, reserve permission is not required. Okay. Which statement among the following is correct? Which statement following? I'll read out the statement. You have to tell me which statement is correct. A tourist taxi driver received foreign currency from a foreign tourist. Okay, whether it is a correct statement or not. First, I'm telling one by one. First statement, it is correct. A foreign tourist has visited to a country. He, due to paucity of time, not exchange the foreign currency at the airport, he directly bought it into a local taxi, and after reaching the destination has offered him the foreign currency, as because he does not have the foreign Indian local currency. So it is statement is correct. A taxi driver gladly can accept the foreign exchange. There is no restriction on it. It is not barred at all. He can accept it and freely can exchange this foreign exchange going to any branch. A tourist guide receives the foreign exchange from a foreign tourist as his remuneration or tourist guide fees. This statement correct or not? It is a correct statement. A guide can receive the foreign exchange from a foreign tourist as his remuneration or his fees. There is no restriction at all. He can easily convert this foreign exchange, foreign currency to his account. Bank will not touch much question or more question about it. No recipient can receive foreign exchange. No recipient can receive foreign exchange from a non-recipient without a permission. That is a wrong statement. That is not correct statement. Okay. Which of the following does not represent capital account? Which of the following does not represent the following? A capital account. First of all, you have to understand what is capital account. Then only we are able to give the answer of this question. I am telling you, there are various types of transaction in foreign exchange, but this transaction broadly classified into two categories. There are various types of transaction in foreign exchange. All these transactions are broadly categorized in two. They are capital account transaction, and another one is the current account transaction. I will tell you what is the capital account transaction, then you will be able to give the answer of this question. Capital account transaction. Capital account transaction. A transaction will take place, but it will alter when it alters the asset and liabilities, including the contingent liabilities of a resident in his abroad country, then it is a capital account transaction. Okay, capital account, and this transaction altered the asset and liabilities, including the contingent liabilities outside India of a person residing India. A person residing India, his asset and liabilities in outside India, when it alters, then it is a capital account transaction. Similar way, when a person in abroad doing a transaction, asset and liabilities in India is changing, is altering, then it is a capital account transaction. Got it? In other way, you can say is a very simple language we can say capital account transaction changes the balance sheet. Capital account transaction changes the balance sheet. That means asset and liability, including the contingent liabilities of a person outside his country. Outside his country, when asset and liability or balance sheet changes, then it is a capital account transaction. And current account transaction, other than capital account transaction, all transactions are taking place in foreign exchange or current account transaction. Other than the capital account transaction, whatever the transaction taking place in foreign exchange is called the current account transaction. You got my point? Now, the question is like that. You have to tell me this which one is the current account, capital account transaction. Which of the following does not represent the capital account transaction, and which is not the capital account transaction. Capital account transaction altering the asset and liabilities. Okay. A resident in India, in India buy or sells immobile property outside India and abroad. He purchased fixed asset, immobile property outside India. Whether it is a capital account transaction or current account transaction. When a person is purchasing a immobile properties outside India or inside India, then obviously it affects his balance sheet, that is asset and liability. So it is a capital account transaction. A resident borrows fund. Foreign exchange fund from outside India. A resident borrows fund from outside India, whether it is a capital account transaction or not. When I will borrow any fund, obviously it will change my asset and liability. My balance sheet will affect. So it is a capital account transaction. When there will be a borrow, when there will be transaction is immobile properties, obviously balance sheet will change. His asset and liabilities will alter. Okay. Remittance, maintenance amount for children and spouse outside India. Yes, remitted some money for exchange to abroad for the maintenance of his family and his son or daughter staying abroad, then it will not affect his balance sheet. It will not alter his asset and liability. So it is a current account transaction, not capital account transaction. So all three above account transaction I told you. First two is a capital account transaction, and last one is the current account transaction, which does not alter the asset and liabilities. Now you tell me which one is the current account transaction. Which of the following represent the current account transaction? Represent the current account transaction. Current account transaction what? It does not alter the asset and liability, then it is a current account transaction. Payment for import made by the resident. Import payment, yes, he has imported some goods or services from abroad, he has to make the payment. Then it will not alter his balance sheet, it will not alter his asset and liabilities. That is a current account transaction. Payment received for export. He has exported some goods or services to the outside and received for the inward remittance, foreign currency. So in that case also it will not affect his balance sheet, it will not alter his asset and liability. So it is a current account transaction. Remittance for travel abroad. A tourist wants to go to abroad. He was taking some foreign currency, foreign traveler checks foreign currency. So in that case also nothing will change, neither his balance sheet nor his asset and liability. So it is a current account transaction. So all these above are current account transaction. Okay, this is all sorts of the current account and capital account, and definition also I told you which one is the current account transaction, which are the capital account transaction. Okay. Now, a customer who is going to US on tour, a request to release the foreign exchange for his expense during his stay in USA. What is the maximum amount of foreign exchange that can be released to him in the form of foreign currency? He wants to go to US. In that case, he is request you to maximum amount of foreign currency, not foreign exchange, foreign currency note you have to release under this scheme. That is US dollar 3,000 maximum you can release. Okay. A customer wants to go to here, again the same type of question, but here the country is different. Here the country is going to Russia. Is going to Russia. In that case, what is the maximum amount of currency, foreign currency you can release under this category for the traveling to Russia? You can release foreign currency or foreign exchange whatsoever, maximum 2,50,000 US dollar. Alone you can release 2,50,000 currency itself. But altogether his maximum amount is 2,50,000. Out of 2,50,000 currency he can take. All currency he can take 2,50,000 US dollar or equivalent. If the aggregate value of the foreign exchange bought by a person coming into India from abroad in the form of currency notes or bank notes or travel checks, what will be the limit for that to obtain the CDA form? CDA means the customs declaration form from the customs authority. That is, currency you can up to 10,000 US dollar equivalent, 10,000 US dollar equivalent, or travel checks $5,000 or equivalent should be declared in the customs authority form. That is called CDA form. That means custom declaration form. Max 10,000 US dollar or 5,000 US dollar or equivalent. A customer has returned back. He has gone to the foreign country with some currency from your bank or some other bank. He has come back and wants to deposit some currency. And what will be his maximum period? Unspent money, maximum period can hold back with him. Maximum days, 180 days he can hold back the foreign currency with him. Days, 180 days he can kept the unspent foreign exchange. Authorized dealer can release a maximum amount US dollar to a resident who is going to visit US. Maximum amount of foreign exchange can release under travel quota visiting USA, that is 2,50,000 US dollar equivalent in a financial year. A dance drama troupe going to abroad. A dance drama troupe is going to abroad. A cultural tour to Singapore, requesting your branch requesting you to release US dollar 2,50,000, requesting to release 2 lakh US dollar for their expenses. What will be the procedure for release of the foreign exchange? What could be the procedure to release the foreign exchange? The foreign exchange can be released. In that case, quantum is not coming. What is the procedure is coming? Quantum he has to obtain the permission from the Minister of Human Resource Development, Government of India. He has to obtain the letter from that, approval letter. Then only you can release the foreign exchange. Okay. How much foreign exchange currency can be kept by resident in India? How much foreign currency can be kept by receipt and unspent or whatsoever amount can be kept for exchange. US dollar 2000 maximum, US dollar 2000 equivalent, and for coins no selling. Coins no selling, without any selling for coins. Which one is not the correct statement? Which is not the correct statement? I'm reading out the statement. You have to tell me which one is not the correct statement. Only a person authorized by the Reserve Bank of India can deal in foreign exchange. Is a correct or incorrect statement? Only a person authorized by the Reserve Bank of India to deal with the foreign exchange. Authorized person, by who giving the authority? Reserve Bank of India. That is correct statement. Okay. No one can make payment or receive payment to and from the person resident outside India without Reserve Bank of India permission, only through the AD. Is a correct statement or not correct statement? 1. No one can make payment or receive to or from a person resident outside India without Reserve Bank of RBI permission, only through AD. That is the correct statement. Okay, that is correct. A person resident in India can deal in any immobile property without. A person resident in India can deal any immobile property without RBI permission. Permission is not required. Dealing with the immobile property in India, resident in India, RBI permission is not required. That is correct statement. A person resident outside India, cannot acquire immobile property in India without RBI permission. What is that? It is like that. A person residing outside India, an NRI customer, you can say NRI, wants to purchase or can acquire immobile property in India without RBI permission. That is incorrect. He has to obtain the RBI permission. Then only can acquire the immobile property in India. Okay. Which of the following prohibited for the non-resident NRI? Which is prohibited for the NRI? NRI which is prohibited: real estate business prohibited for non-NRI. Agriculture plantation farm is prohibited. Construction of farmhouse is prohibited. All are prohibited by the NRI in India. Okay. Which of the following foreign exchange released in prohibited? Foreign exchange release, which out of that is prohibited? I am telling you, you have to tell me which is prohibited. Lottery ticket, purchase the lottery ticket, remittance is prohibited. You cannot remit for purchasing lottery. Purchase the lottery ticket. Out of the lottery ticket, whatever the money you earn, you cannot remit outside. That is banned. Purchasing the lottery ticket from abroad for sending the remittance, no, you cannot purchase. You cannot purchase lottery ticket by sending the money from India, foreign exchange from India. That is prohibited. Remittance of incomes from the race, whatever the earning from the race, you cannot remit it to the abroad. That is prohibited. So, my dear friends, that is all Foreign Exchange Management Act. And next chapter will talk about the non-resident account. We will discuss this in our next class, non-resident account. Till then, goodbye.